What up, YouTube? It's your boy. Back at it again. Been a while since I've done some UFC predictions. Trying to figure this whole thing out right now, man. You gotta excuse me the way basically the color and everything, the way it looks. I know it looks kind of shabby and everything, but I'm new at this webcam shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know how it goes, but yeah. I'm trying to figure it out, trying to get it together, man. Um, I love UFC far too much, man, just to let something like this stop me. So until I can get a better picturing, deal with it. Nah, just fucking with you. But nah, check this out, man. I'm here to make my UFC 115 predictions. Look, when I think about this, Chuck Liddell, Rich Franklin, they're both two of my favorite fighters. It's just a damn shame, they got to fight each other. But they're trying to work their way back in the game, work their way back to the top. And what I think personally, they'll never be back at the top. They'll never have those titles again. But I would still love to see them fight, and they are still some of my favorite fighters to watch compete in the octagon. And as much as I like both of these fighters, I must say I like Chuck a little better than Rich, because I don't know, man. No matter how many times Chuck loses or how many times he gets knocked out, Chuck Liddell will always be one of my favorite fighters. I don't know. He just got that, he just got that thing, Chuck Liddell used to be my favorite fighter, but it's a lot more fighters in the sport now, so I have a lot of favorite fighters, but like I say, man, I'm not going to be biased in these predictions at all, being that he is my favorite fighter. But I do think he has the edge in this fight. But I also think that he has some things that he needs to work on as well. I think that he can beat Rich Franklin, and I think Rich Franklin can beat him. If Rich Franklin goes back and look at all the fights where Chuck had troubles with like kickers, like Keith Jardine, and stuff like that, people who made him uncomfortable, Shogun and stuff. Well, if he knows how to implement a smart game plan, something like that, hey, I think Chuck could be in trouble, man. I think he could, not pick them apart, but I think he could make them very uncomfortable, and just score points on them. Where Chuck is just always looking to slug it out, and just go in there and have an exciting fight for the fans, so he can continue to be. Well, I'm not saying he does it to be a fan favorite. I think it's just the way he fights, anyways. But that's what we know Chuck for, to go in there and just always, put on a good show and whoop people's ass, man, with those strikes. But when he's unable to do that, man, against a fighter who's just a little bit smarter and knows how to use all their weapons, all their tools. Somebody like, not to say that Keith Jardine is just a wrecking machine or anything like that, but he knew what to do. If he'd went in there and tried to do Chuck's game plan and stand up with him and brawl, he would have lost. And if you ask me, I could be honest, I still think Chuck won that fight, but he did a great job against him, and not take anything away from him, but that's another story. But like I say, man, I think Rich Franklin is a very talented fighter. He just ran into some walls in his career, just like Chuck did, against Anderson Silva. Well, some people say the pound for pound greatest fighter in the world. I put him right up there. If not him, Fedor. If not Fedor, then him. That's just my opinion on that right there. But that's another story, yeah, as well. But like I say, these guys lost against really good people. But if you ask me, Chuck Liddell should not have lost against Keith Jardine. Keith Jardine is a good fighter, but he's nowhere near among the elite, if you ask me. He's nowhere near in the top 10. He never has been, and he never will be. But that's another story. But like I say, if Chuck can go in there and he can be smart, he can pick his shots and be smart about it. He can go in for the kill when it's time to go in for the kill. He can whoop Rich Franklin's ass, Rich Franklin is good, but he's not as good as he used to be, if you ask me. He has some good solid kicks, but and strikes and everything. But if you ask me, his kicks and strikes are a little unorthodox, and they don't look real crisp and smooth to me, and but they don't have to be, as long as you know what you're doing. But he, I think Chuck, what he ought to do is go in there. Uh, a lot of people always saying this. I got a lot on my mind here, but I just want to say, a lot of people, I'm just thinking as the fight goes right now, man. In my mind, a lot of people think that Rich Franklin has great cardio, and man, I'm sorry, man. I gotta disagree on that. That's just not my opinion. I think he has some good cardio, but Joe Rogan always want to say and quote, how does he say this? Rich Franklin has the best cardio in MMA. Some of the best cardio in MMA, if not the best. His cardio is second to none. His work ethic in the gym is the greatest. Man, I disagree with that, man. If you ask me, man, he's always getting winded in his fights. Against Jason McDonald, man, he almost, he won, but man, he was so tired at the end of the fight, man. He almost fell out. It wasn't even a 5-rounder. He got tired against Travis Lutter. Man, that dude gets tired against a lot of people. I'm not saying he has bad cardio and endurance, but I'm saying it's not as good as they hype it up to be. And I think that Chuck has some good cardio when he's not going in there just trying to, put a guy away in the first round. When he fights a little bit more preserved and he goes in for the kill at times. I think that Chuck Liddell kind of has the edge in cardio, if you ask me. But I think Chuck should go for some takedowns in this fight. He should do some clinch work. He should throw some leg kicks. He should pick his shots, and then when he kind of got Rich Franklin a little confused, he should just well off on him at times and just, try to go for the finish. And if not, just go back to the game plan again and just keep switching it up in and out, and not do what everybody expects from him. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that Chuck Liddell can be back in the rankings, but I don't think that he can ever hold the title again. He just cannot ever do that. I don't like to count anybody out, and especially Chuck, because he is one of my favorite fighters, but I don't ever see him beating a guy like Shogun or a guy like Machida. Even though Machida got his ass whooped the last fight, he's still one of the best fighters in the world, and that was a setback for him, and I don't think that he could ever beat a guy like that. I don't even think that he could ever beat Rashad Evans, even though a lot of people think that Rashad Evans' fight was a fluke. He fought a Chuck Liddell that wasn't in his prime. I disagree. He did fight a Chuck Liddell that wasn't in his prime, if you ask me, but even if Chuck was in his prime, I don't think he can beat Rashad, because Rashad, his wrestling and his striking, I think he could just, that's another story. But yeah, I think that Chuck has a better chance of getting back in the top 20, than Rich Franklin does. I think Rich Franklin, he can beat a lot of people at 185, maybe everybody at 185 except Anderson Silva. Therefore, he's probably not that interested in fighting at that weight class. So he goes to 205 and trying to see what he can do. But to me, I don't think he finds any success in his weight class, especially after seeing what Vitor Belfort did to him. But I'm going to make a video on that. That's another story, because I actually think that fight was fixed. Just the way they can hurry up and get Vitor in there so they can say, oh, look what he did to a past champion, and Anderson couldn't even do that to him. So that way he can hype the fight it for him and Anderson. And I actually think that Rich Franklin just went in there and just, he took a loss, man. He's not going to go, I'm not saying he's at the end of his career, but, it doesn't make any sense for him to beat Vitor and then fight Anderson again. We already seen him fight, a lot of times, what are you going to do, fight him, keep fighting him over and over? He went in there and he took a loss, man. The punch didn't look real to me. A lot of people might get mad about that, but hey, I'm here to be real. I'm a no bullshit kind of guy. It's a lot of fights, and I'm gonna make a whole video about that, man. I'm drifting off into a lot of things because I got a lot on my mind right now, but we're gonna get into all that. But anyways, I predict this to be a 3-round fight. I don't think anybody's getting knocked out in this fight, but I think that Chuck should actually go in there and just switch up the game plan and do things that people don't expect of him. I take that back. He could actually finish this fight in the 3rd round, I believe, if he puts together a smart game plan. And Rich Franklin, the only way I see him winning this fight is if he fights Chuck the same way Keith Jardine did. That's the only way. The same way Forrest fought Rampage. That's just the only way I see him winning this fight. So big ups to both of them. Hope they do great at UFC 115. But I gotta say I'm going for Chuck.